Ekene was the son of Mr. Martins, who was a successful businessman in the village of Ocha. He lived a peaceful life with his wife and children. Martins, however, had an elder brother named Paul. Paul was not as successful as his younger brother. Paul was jealous of his brother's success, and he always wished to be the successful one among the brothers. His jealousy grew into hatred for Martins, but Martins had given him money to start his own business on multiple occasions, but Paul will always squander it on gambling. He lived a reckless life and was always caught up in debt. Paul approached his brother on another occasion to ask for more money to start a business, but Martins was skeptical about helping him because he always squanders the money and ends up broke after a while. Later that night, Martins told his wife that Paul had come back to ask for more money once again, but he denied helping him because he never makes wise decisions. Martin's wife was not happy with the fact that he refused to help his brother and convinced him to try and give him another chance since God had blessed him with enough. Martins listened to his wife and agreed to see his brother Paul the next day. Unknown to them, Paul was furious that his brother refused to help him and planned to take his life. Paul sneaked up to his brother's house in the night when they were asleep. He burst into the house and attacked everyone in sight. One by one, he was able to end their lives. But Ekene, Martin's son, was able to escape the wrath of his uncle Paul. Paul chased after Ekene down into the forest, but Ekene was able to evade his uncle, being younger and more energetic. He found an abandoned well in the forest and he jumped into it to hide from his evil uncle. Paul searched for Ekene but couldn't find him. Thinking Ekene would not survive the night alone in the forest, he left and went back to the village. He dug shallow graves where he buried the rest of the family. Some days passed and people started to ask questions, but Paul told them his brother moved with his family to another village to start another branch of his business and left him in charge of his properties. The villagers were skeptic because it seemed unusual for Martins to leave his business with his reckless brother, but they had no reason to doubt him as it was a family affair. Days passed and Ekene was still trapped in the well, unable to climb out. He was getting weaker by the day. Paul, on the other hand, was living large with his brother's wealth. He lived like a king. Things were about to get from bad to worse for Ekene. A huge snake crawled into the well where Ekene was hiding. His body trembled in fear as it seemed the worst was about to happen. Ekene was able to summon courage and he picked up a rock and fought the snake. He was able to defeat the snake with the rock, but he was still stuck in the well, not knowing his fate. Paul was still living like a king, spending his brother's wealth on parties and women. Ekene's luck was about to turn as the rain came. If the rain could fill up the well, maybe he would be able to swim out, or it will attract the villagers to come fetch water from the well. The well began to fill up, but Ekene didn't have enough energy to swim. He was very weak and risked drowning if the well continues to fill up. Time was running out. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, two girls approached the well where Ekene was and they were surprised to see a young boy barely alive in the well. They ran to get help from the elders in the village. They were shocked to see Ekene in the well, and they rescued him out of the well. Ekene was so weak he couldn't speak, but the villagers were able to take care of Ekene. They gave him food and medicine to help him recover. When Ekene had regained his energy, he informed them about the tragedy that he witnessed and how he got trapped trying to escape his uncle. They took him to his uncle Paul and he confronted him. "You killed my family and left me to die in the forest," Ekene said to him in anger. Paul was shocked. It felt like he saw a ghost. He couldn't believe Ekene had survived that dangerous forest. Paul broke down and confessed his evil doings to the surprise of the village. He dug up the shallow graves where he buried his younger brother and his family. The villagers were in disbelief that a brother can be so evil to his own blood. Paul was banished from the village, never to return again. Ekene was the only surviving heir of Martins. He had survived 12 long days in the well, but he was about to spend more time alone in the wicked world. This is the story of Ekene, the boy who spent 12 days trapped in a well. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification icon so you get notified whenever there's another video. And what do you think about Ekene's struggle? Share your thoughts on the comment section. And until next time, it's story time with Toby. Thank you for watching.